Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 18 of Studio Time with Ryos. In today's video, I'm going to start on some new ideas. I'm thinking I go a dark, energetic route. I just released my Way Back home remix, which, by the way, go stream it right now. It's one of my favorite things I ever made, but it has that vibe of being dark and energetic. I also got invited by Dada Life to go to their show this past weekend along with Kashmir, and seeing those dark, energetic tracks live was really inspiring. So that's definitely the route I'm going to take today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, you guys, episode 18, let's get it. So I do know that I want to make a darker-ish type sound today, so I'm going to pull up my favorite respace, use this in pretty much every single one of my tracks. So maybe to get some inspiration going, I'll either try to make a vocal chop with an arcade, and if that doesn't work, maybe I'll just use an acapella from one of my other tracks. Try to trigger some inspiration. All right, so for today, I'm thinking G minor, one of my favorite keys, G sharp minor and G minor. So we'll start with G minor. Let's see what we can get going here. That's kind of cool. Interesting. So you know what? I really like this one little vocal chop here. And it actually sounds good without any of the other notes playing. So we'll run with that idea. So let's add some processing on this. Make it a little more saucy, a little more interesting. So we'll start with DST. Get some nice distortion going here. I definitely want the sound to be super ambient and vibey. So I'm going to add a Valhalla delay to really get that space going. Definitely need some reverb. Let's try, I guess we'll do vintage verb. Oh, actually, shit. Maybe this is meant to be happy accident. Let's try a few of the reverbs here. Let's EQ the sound a little bit too, because there's some frequencies in here that I'm not digging. Should be this one. Make a little dynamic bend there. All right, so this vocal chop sounds super sick already. I want to go ahead and capitalize on the inspiration. I'm going to pull up some cool keyboard or pluck sounds or something and try to get some chords going around this vocal chop. This is a cool patch, but I definitely don't like the high end. The mid-range is cool. So maybe just do a quick high cut. Got some nice power going. For the respace, I know for sure I'm going to want to cut some of the lows out and add some distortion. All right, that sounds cool. What if I swap it? What if I go here? Let's try swapping the D sharp and the C because I want it to be darker. Yeah, that sounds darker. The other way it sounds like a little too epic or like triumphant. I want it to be the opposite. Let's go swallow. Swallow? Hello? Let's swap this chord as well. Let's play around with adding more notes to these chords. Or actually, instead of adding, just rearranging, because I want this to sort of be my top melody for the chords. Let's go to adding another chord layer. We should get a more stable filtered synth chord as well. So for the simple chords, all we have to do is just tame the low mid region a bit, as it is getting a little bit muddy, but it sounds good. So I'm thinking right here we could start introducing a melody or a pluck, like something big needs to happen here. So we'll just call it melody for now. And then I'm hearing one more like ambient sort of synth that could be behind this vocal chop. Almost kind of like a drone sound. So let's see. Let's play around with that. So in my head, I hear it kind of like this on the 2 and the 4. And I think with a ton of reverb and maybe like some sidechain to give it movement, this could be a cool background element here. Let's try shimmer. I don't really use shimmer. I saw, I forgot what producer was using it. I saw a producer using shimmer, and I was like, damn, it's actually a really good reverb. I should use it more. Yeah, see, shimmer's fire. I used to use shimmer all the time. Let's get OTT maybe. I definitely want to put like a bandpass filter on this or something. So because it's going to be a dark, energetic, you know, sort of track, we'll start introducing some like impacts and white noise right here. Yeah, so I was going to say, I'm thinking of like a hard impact here. And for a downlifter, I really like the white noise in this heat impact, but I don't want the low end. So very simple, we'll just cut out the lows here. This could be sort of the highs of the impact, and I like the lows here. So see if we can layer these. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now let's get a melody going. Oh, you know what I'm hearing actually? So before we go ahead and work on the melody, I have to go get it. 1 second. Okay, so what I was gonna say is I made this accent synth for my track 2 of us, and it would fit perfect here. Wait, this idea is actually kind of cool. And you know what I have to do also? I gotta consolidate this vocal chop because the tail of the reverb is kind of driving me crazy every time I stop it. Okay, beautiful. So now we got our consolidated vocal chop. Also, within this accent synth stem, I go higher. Yeah, so I think this would make for a good addition right before the melody kicks in. Now that we're moving and grooving and getting some ideas going, I don't even know if we're gonna need a melody here because we do have the vocal chop, and if we have an ARP, I don't want to clutter this too much, but yeah, okay, interesting. So let's get an ARP going. We need to process this though, so definitely rolling off the lows, cutting the low mids as well. There's a lot going on here. Maybe going back to Supermassive for that one reverb that I used for the vocal chop, because that was kind of cool. It had like a delay on it. Yeah, that's sick. OTT? Alright, I like this idea, but I don't know if this sound is it, so let's get a different block in there. So this pluck sound is definitely better. I'm thinking we add some Camel Crusher to it. Okay, so I think not having the Supermassive makes it sound a bit cleaner, and it doesn't really fight with the vocal chop as much. Definitely need a clap here for sure. Maybe this one? I can get jiggy with this one. This one's kind of like a clap snare. I don't even know what this is, but kind of works. So we'll rock with it for now. We need like more white noise to come through. So either we open up the ARP or the simple chords. Maybe I will offer a sweep. I think now we should probably start considering what kind of drop we're going to make or what we're going to do here. Maybe I can just pull up a nice big synth and try to make a melody.
A few moments later.
Trying to come up with some melody ideas right now. They're not flying at me, unfortunately. Changing the main lead sound right now because I wasn't really feeling the other one. And when I don't like the leads, it's really hard to come up with a melody. So I got to try to make some better leads first, and then hopefully the melody will come to me a bit easier. So that main lead sounds a lot better. I want to go ahead and add a pluck now as well. And I want to get one more primary layer to go along with this one that we have. All right, that lead fills out the stack nicely. And then the pluck that we had before, I don't like actually. So let's get a different one in there. Gonna experiment with cutting off all the lows and mids for this pluck, because I'm really just looking for the highs to do work here. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can come with the melody now. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This melody's kind of cool. Because this section is going to be like super big and energetic, we need to introduce better backing synths. So let's try this one. All right, sick. Let's try adjusting the melody some more, because I definitely hear some adjustments that need to be made. There we go. That's the melody combo I've been looking for. All right, sick. So I actually like these leads a lot. They're nice and aggressive, fits the vibe nice. So damn, where do I want to take this? The world is my oyster. I don't know why I'm sitting in my chair. All right, let's get cracked. Come on. You know, hypothetically for this idea, it does sound cool to have these big synths here. So maybe we could do a little mini build into the drop. That might be a nice idea. So I'm thinking we do a big clap fill. Like this could work, right? So here, we just get the reverb and the delay of this last note here. Turn this into a little riser. And this is going to be our reverb tail. So we can make a little build riser, and then also just helps the transition from this little section going into the build up. Because I'm thinking a mini build would be better here, we can just do a really fast, like filtered build snare roll. I think the ARP here would be good too. And it's probably best if we sustain the notes here. So it goes all the way through just on this G. Copy over the basses as well. Let's go ahead and create an automation clip for the respace so that we can pitch this up for the build up as well. Probably around here, because I do like that it sustains for a bit. That sounds super dope. Now for the res, I want to do two things here. I'm going to high pass it, and then I'm also going to adjust the stereo image. So we just go down here, boom. I mean, this build is kind of already there. It sounds good. Kind of piece itself together, which is nice. But we do need maybe like a riser and a sweep. All right, so that's fine for our risers and sweeps. Let's get a nice big snare right before the drop. All right, guys, so I'm really liking this idea so far. Now it's time to go ahead and make a drop. We'll start by copying over the leads here. This will definitely be the main focal point of the drop. Okay, so for these drop leads, I'm going to automate a sidechain so that we can get that going. We're definitely going to need that. We'll turn it off in the break, turn it on in the drop. All right, so next up, we're going to have to get a kick in. Definitely thinking a harder kick. We'll try the Battlefield one. The next most important thing to do right now before I do any of the other drums or anything is going to be getting this bass groove in for the drop. For now, just to build the groove, I'll use an 808 from Serum. And then let's just build a nice simple groove here. All right, so we got a nice simple 808 patch here. And let's build our drop groove. I definitely want there to be gaps in the melody, or in the bass line rather. So maybe there. All right, so at the core, I think this is going to be our drop bass rhythm. Okay, so I pulled up two bass sounds from my track memory that might be of use. We got this one, and we got that one. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, this is definitely a good starting point. I also have this bass groove from memory. Probably just like mixing stuff. Oh, it does help quite a bit. All right, we'll keep that on. For the dirty bass, I just turned off the cutoff within Serum, or turned off the filter, I mean. Yeah, so now we get a nice crispy bass. I want to get a little bit more character on this bass, so we can experiment with, what can we do to make this sound weird? Maybe we'll do a flanger. Yeah, that's disgusting. What I have to do for this bass also is just take off the lows. I don't even have to take them away. I just have to take off the sides. Yeah, we don't want any of that. I want to add some more coolness, so we'll go to the dirty bass first. Experiment with some octave jumps and slides and stuff like that. So if we mess around with the pitch of this bass line, I'm thinking when it goes to D sharp, it'd be cool if we slid to that note. Now, another thing that I want to do right away is get some reverb throws going in between here. I also want to introduce some more rhythm in this second section here with the bass line. So I'm going to solo the leads and the drop sub. I'm thinking something relatively simple. Yeah, like doesn't have to be crazy, but it'll be effective. The other thing that I heard is with the leads, I would really love the leads to pitch down on one of these like solo moments here. All right, really loving this direction so far. The next thing that I want to do is add another bass stack, or bass sound rather, to this stack. Okay, so now I want to get some effects going in this drop. I'm thinking we get two types of sounds. So I want to get like a nice clap effects / exhaust type sound. Cashmere has a bunch of those. So let's check out if he's got some good ones in here for us. And then on top of that, I want to get like a crowd. Yeah, like a crowd sample, something in the background. Give it more energy. Yeah, this one might be good. Oh yeah, this exhaust is sick. The only problem is that it's a little too short. So what I like doing is adding my own ping pong delay. Yeah, sort of extend it a bit. Now let's get some crowd noise going. All right, so simple crowd noise. Put this in the background. Now that the effects are in there, I'm kind of hearing what we need to do next. It's really all about these drums now. Trying to get a rhythm and a groove going and making this thing kind of piece together. So definitely a ride. We'll do the Hey Child ride. The goated ride here. Or actually, wait. Maybe a crash would work better for this style drop. Yeah, I definitely like the crashes. I want like more rhythm and more groove going. So maybe like a shaker or like a tambourine, like something like this. Let's try these out. I love the shaker. This is exactly what we needed. Next for the drum sounds, I think it might be cool to do a big like dubstep / electro snare. Yes, sir. Okay, this would be electro snare. I did hear a cool fill idea. Let me try to get this down. Yeah, so this rhythm, and then it gets faster here, and then this turns into like a regular snare fill. So to pull this off effectively, what I have to do is just create a manual sidechain. I know you could do it within like Kickstart, do MIDI triggers and all that, but this is the way I do it. So we could just do it nice and quick. So this will be like our sidechain trigger. It would just have to go on these notes. And then we're going to take our sidechain trigger, link it to the bass group, link it to the lead group. Now we can pull up Fab Filter Pro C2. This is what I like using to do manual sidechain. Bada bing, bada boom. Make the release a bit faster, threshold bigger. Perfect. I do need to add an additional crash since these go away. So this will probably just follow the kick. So to round off this fill here, I'm thinking we chop up the same electro snare, make it even shorter than this, and filter down, pitch it up. I think that'll make for a nice sounding fill. Also, what I'm going to do is link that sidechain trigger to our electro snare. That way in this section with the kick and the snare playing at the same time, it just ducks that for us. Beautiful. Sounds great. Now I want to experiment with adding a drone synth in the background of this drop just to give it some more space and dimension and just like coolness. I want to try to find something like creepy and ambient to fit this dark vibe. So maybe we'll go to arcade again. Okay, it might be cool to have this little thing kind of like being a drone in this drop, giving it more rhythm and groove. I'm getting this into audio because now I'm thinking if this plays the same melody as the bass line, I think that could be really, really dope, actually. We'll pitch it up, what is that? 8 semitones. And then here will be 500. Let's enable our EQ again, taking off those lows. I do want to go ahead and add some more character to the sound. Maybe we'll try Supermassive first. Definitely want to get OTT on here. Let's get some light sidechain going. Let's see how it sounds in the mix. Yeah, dude, this sound is actually so fire. I'm thinking we add a bit crusher or something else to give it that extra bite. No pun intended, because I'm using a plugin called Bite right now. But just to give it that extra energy in the top end, but I love what it's doing in the mid-range. Love it. All right, next I'm going to be focusing on filtering the bass in this halfway fill. So very simple. I definitely want the peak to be super high. Yeah, have that resonant sound pretty much. Let's copy everything over to the second half of the drop. Maybe we can try adding some extra percussion here. It's not a bad idea also, I just heard this in my head, but if we introduce the offbeat hi-hat just in this sort of B section, that could be fire. And also for the second half of the drop, I'm going to want the snare the whole time. Sometimes what I like doing, instead of doing a hi-hat with this rhythm, because it is pretty bright, I'll just do like a different percussion sound. You know what I love doing? I did this in, what track did I do it in? I did it in Crazy. I'm not going to have the sample on hand, am I though? All right, you guys, so here's what just happened. I was looking for that sample that I was talking about that I did in my track Crazy, realized that I did it in my track Catching Fire instead. So I got that pulled up here, the sample I was looking for. However, because I was looking at the Crazy stems, I found a few other cool sounds that might work well in this drop. Really, I should stop being lazy and go back to my old tracks and organize them because I had some cool samples that I used before too. So we're going to explore some of these sounds here. Nothing crazy, but this will substitute for our like drop hat. Here are some fills from my track Crazy. Hey, these are fire. What I want to do as well is layer a little hype blip along with the cowbell. Low key, we're just about wrapped up. The only other thing that I wanted to add was maybe like a crash effect for after 4 bars. All right, this is a wrap. It's been about 3 hours or so. Whew. All right, let's take a listen from the top and let's see what I came up with. Yo, that idea is disgusting. Overall, really happy with this session. The drop is sick. The break is sick. So that'll be all for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time I upload. Be sure to go stream my latest remix of Way Back Home that just dropped. It's one of my favorite things I've ever made, so go check it out. The link to that will be in the description below. If you guys want the stems and MIDI files for this episode of Studio Time with Ryos, as well as monthly sample packs, you can head over to my Patreon. The link will be down below in the description. And as always, if there's any requests or suggestions on what you'd like to see next, feel free to leave that in the comments down below. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.